Before, I was thinking that I'd have to work hard to find happiness, like getting a promotion at work, traveling abroad, and staying in luxury resorts, or finding the perfect partner. But I realized that I was happy in the most unexpected moments, such as enjoying long nature walks, watching birds in the trees, witnessing the sunset, riding my bicycle, or cuddling with the street cats. And it got me thinking, maybe happiness isn't that complicated. What if we could reprogram our minds to think of happiness as little treasures found in our everyday lives? I wonder how many of us would stop chasing it and simply enjoy each moment as it comes. Now, I believe that a happy life is not about waiting for a better outcome, but about relishing the little moments created around us every day. After making this change in my mindset, I feel happy most of the time and cherish the tiny details that bring a smile to my face. It's up to us to seek happiness and embrace it. There is a quote in my mind that says, "If you can't find joy and contentment with a cup of coffee, you won't find it on a yacht." This quote gives me a much needed perspective. If I can't find pleasure in life's little things, I won't fully appreciate a life filled with luxuries. It's easier than ever to buy our way into a happier life. But the problem is, after buying things, products, or gadgets, we often return to our baseline happiness, and the excitement is short-lived. By appreciating the humble moments in life, I feel that we form a deeper connection with our surroundings. It's like experiencing life through a whole new lens. We can be content with the simplest things, and everything else becomes an added bonus. Moments like preparing breakfast in the morning, listening to your favorite jazz, sharing contagious laughter, seeing someone's handwriting on a written note. These are all opportunities for finding happiness every single day. This way, the whole world becomes a lot more intricate. I used to spend a lot of time worrying about things that were completely out of my control. What other people thought about me, if I had offended someone, how I was performing at work. Now, I realize that this constant cycle of stress and worry about the future or the past was one of the biggest reasons for my unhappiness. More and more, I've realized that there are so many things in our lives that we just don't have control over. We can plan and plot the best we can, but the outcome is never really up to us. It's pointless to invest so much emotion and energy into it. After some time and effort spent on solving this, I taught myself to stop overthinking and ignore negativity around me. I practiced some psychological exercises, and it worked very well for me. You don't have to force it. That will only make things worse. I take time for myself to explore nature, not necessarily intense hikes or immersing myself completely in the forest, but the goal is to be in the present moment while immersing my senses in the natural surroundings. It's a way to take a break from seeing the same faces, buildings, or houses. I think it's important to have a routine. If we are not careful, it's easy to lose touch with our creativity, curiosity, and sense of wonder due to monotony. So, I try to take a few minutes out of my day to break away from the busyness of life. Sometimes I'll take a walk in my tiny garden, and other times I'll ride my bicycle in the rain instead of staying home. It's a way to take a break from all devices and enjoy the present moment. Practicing gratitude is crucial when things are going well in our lives. I believe it's even more important when we're going through difficult times. Because no matter how terrible things get, there are things to be grateful for. Living in Portugal, experiencing different aspects of life, enjoying nature, exploring new regions and streets, having food on my table, and receiving support from loved ones makes me feel like the luckiest girl in the world. I know it sounds simple and cheesy, but I hope you try making a list in your journal or take a few minutes before going to sleep to think about all the good things happening in your life right now. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to clear your plans and dedicate a whole weekend to a good book, a movie you've been wanting to watch for a while, or just let a thunderstorm pass by, or take the evening off just to talk to someone you love? Monkey and I planned a getaway in the south side of Portugal, in a tiny wooden house with a treehouse balcony and a view of the mountains. We stayed there for days, just us and nature. It wasn't the kind of happiness that was loud and vibrant. It was more of a deep contentment. I hope you take some time to deliberately slow down and embrace all the magic that comes with a slower pace. No matter what society says, I believe it's incredibly unrealistic to be happy all the time in all situations. Sometimes we have to go through unimaginable pain, grief, and challenges that life inevitably throws at us. I know from first-hand experience that toxic positivity only results in denial, suppressed emotions, and takes away from the richness of the human experience. I don't believe in ignoring so-called negative emotions, but rather accepting them for what they are and rising above them despite the circumstances. I know it's easier said than done, but maybe it can serve as a reminder to you. Without the lows, we won't truly feel the highs. And without the contrast in life, perhaps happiness wouldn't have any meaning at all. Thanks to technology and social media, we're all more connected than ever before. This gives us access to see into other people's lives from the surface, often only seeing their highlight reels. It's easy to point out other people's privileges and think they're so much happier than we are. But the truth is, we don't know the full story behind the scenes, the struggles and pain they might be experiencing. This is one of the biggest reasons we shouldn't compare ourselves and wish to be in someone else's shoes. Each of us has our own blessings and battles to work through. Focusing on our own path can help us move through life with empathy and understanding instead of jealousy and judgment. Happiness or unhappiness should not be dependent on others.